What up, gents? How's it going? I hope everyone's alright under yet another week of COVID uncertainty and whatnot. But nevertheless, we don't want to talk about all that bad news and bad stuff that's happening all around the world. Let's focus on what we can get from the little pleasures when we go for toy hunting. This time around, I've managed to snag the Silver Surfer. I believe it's the worthy Silver Surfer, where he carries the Thor's Mjölnir. I don't know how you pronounce that, but let's just say it's Thor's hammer from now on, because I will struggle to continuously say Mjolnir every single time. Regardless, just on a side note, is it me or is everybody just worthy these days? It's just something to ponder, because I think the idea of people carrying Thor's hammer is becoming ridiculous now. It's like every Tom, Dick and Harry can carry it. Anyways, so let's look at this Silver Surfer, or I think it's called the Obsidian Silver Surfer. And the story goes, Silver Surfer journeys from a distant future to combat the colossal threat of King Thanos with the power of Mjolnir. So it is a specific storyline that gets Silver Surfer attached to the Thor's hammer, and he goes after King Thanos, I presume. Not much into the comics as such. Sounds like an interesting read. Perhaps the Cosmic Ghost Rider was part of the series as well. I don't know. I have to check, but I think it was. Anyway, the reason before all of that was that I missed out on the original Silver Surfer, so and those go for a pretty penny these days, and I needed a Silver Surfer for my Marvel collection, because as you might know, from those of you who watch my channel, I tend to go for or one part of my collection, that is to go for the quintessential sort of superheroes that make up the Marvel universe, and I wanted the Silver Surfer. So since I missed out on the original one, then this came out, I think a couple of months ago I saw this was coming out. I had to get it, and just the idea to see whether this can actually replace. Now obviously right out of the back, it's pretty obvious that although it's made from it is a repaint job, for no doubt about that. I think it's from the same buck, but he is a bit more darker and not so much that sort of chrome silvery kind of feel that one would associate Silver Surfer with. I mean, hence the name. But could he replace? I don't know. If you are left without an option, if you really need a Silver Surfer, why not, I suppose. Anyway, let's look at the figure, because that's what we want to do in his own merit, and see how this goes. Right, from a packaging point of view, Marvel Legends, nothing out of the ordinary. Simple Marvel Legend packaging. This is Silver Surfer, some nifty artwork on the sides as usual, the sort of small caption of what this Silver Surfer or where the inspiration comes from, and a nifty artwork. Not so much a product shot, but actual, I suppose, image from the comic. So let's take him out of the box and see what we get. And like I said, my main intention, I'm pretty sure for like most of you, is whether this Silver Surfer can actually replace if you missed out on the original Surfer. So in terms of the figure itself, let's see. So first and foremost, the backdrop is fantastic looking, space agey sort of a background of a planet destroying in some sense, and I like this artwork, but that's not why we are here for. What we are interested is to see the Silver Surfer. Now he comes with some bunch of accessories. Obviously, what would be Silver Surfer without his surfboard, and that looks pretty good, with a pack that I assume is attached to one of the holes under his feet. Like I said, the metal finish, or the metallic paint finish, is more like what you get from a brush metal finish, you know, sort of the refrigerator metal, if you know what I mean, rather than actually silvery. So okay, there you go. So that's the surfboard, and of course the figure itself, and he has Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. I believe this is the same as what you will get for the 80th anniversary Thor figure. Then you have two fisty hands as accessories. He comes with some grippy hands and some effects of the what is some kind of a blast, I suppose, or blast effect that comes out of his hands. So pretty standard fam. So let's take all this out and see how he features in terms of a figure. If I look at the merits of the figure itself, like I said, here's the color or sort of the shade of not really silver, more like a very dark gray, or maybe like a metallic gray, akin to, like I said, some of the brushed metal feel that you get from him. So I don't know if you are someone who's in sort of painting figures and whatnot. Probably you could use the same body mold and get him all chromed up or silvery and whatnot. If not, I suppose I think I have seen a sort of like a powered down version of Silver Surfer where he kind of loses that silvery appeal about him. So maybe this works. I don't know, under certain light conditions. Why not? If you're not as creative as like me, for instance, all you need is a Silver Surfer. Why not? I mean, he looks the part. I mean, you can't go wrong with at least the figure itself in terms of the buck, because I believe it's just a repaint of the original design. So let's look at some articulation. Of course, the head is on a ball joint, so it goes all the way around. Let's see how far he can go up. He can go quite a bit. I assume that's because he has quite a bit of hinge up to the like say at the back of the neck, so that allows him quite a bit of look, which is good, because quite frankly, being in space and all, looking down, obviously you need that hit range. He can look pretty quite extensively down as well, so that's pretty good. I do like this buck though. I think it's one of those that gives quite a lot of flexibility in terms of movement. Let's see, stretchy, can he go? Yep. 180 degrees that way, so pretty good. Forward, so let's bring this hinge there, that much. Double jointed elbow. You do see the pin, so it's not like the new pinless technology or whatever. The hands can go inward, outward by that much, and also I guess it's just on a peg. There is this diaphragm there. You can see just about the cut, all nicely hidden because of the paint job, but it can crunch forward by that much, go backwards by that much. No springy effect, because quite relatively is a new figure. There is this element of a butterfly joint that allows him to bring his arms forward, and he literally touch. So that's pretty good. And then let's see a waist swivel, all the nice bits in terms of stretching his leg by that much, do the full Van Damme. He can kick by that much, he can go backward by that much. His thigh swivel, double jointed knee that allows boop, 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 yep, all the way. There is a shin cut, there is a up down rocky, yeah, everything works out. This is the perfect buck for this figure, I assume, because he wants some decent amount of agility, and this buck is by far one of the best, in my opinion. So there you go. In terms of articulation for the figure itself, works out for me. I don't necessarily see any quality issues in terms of paint job as such. Truth be told, you are going to get maybe like slight imperfection here and there, like here and here, for instance, but nothing like to cry about. I'm okay with that. I'm not that nitpicky. Let's look at these accessories. Here you go. Here's his surfboard. Like I said, it also has obviously a decent plastic, but because of that sort of paint job that gives you that fridge metal color, it actually kind of looks like a metal, like a metal ruler or whatever. It has that what you call peg that obviously fits into either one of his feet that has a hole, and obviously he can do all the surfing he needs. So kawabanga. Anyway, or is that a skateboard? Yeah, I don't know. I'm running out of things to say. And of course he has the Mjolnir, and like I said, this one seems to have a little bit more sort of that metallic shade to it. You can see just about like the marbling feel about it, so that's pretty good. In fact, this probably is a better quality than the one that we got for the 80th anniversary Thor. Might replace this with the 80th the hammer that came with the 80th anniversary Thor, but it's pretty much the same thing, except for I don't remember this sort of paint job for the 80th anniversary Thor. I'll need to check on that. And also it kind of looks like it's all weathered and battle damage and whatnot. In terms of accessories, the other accessories, he also comes with these two fisty hands, so that's pretty good. The way I intend to pose him is with one fisty hand and one sort of hand that is clinging on to the surfboard essentially, so that will allow me the pose that I want. And like I said, I've always appreciated the fisty hands option. And of course this some sort of like a cosmic blasty thingy that I suppose you connect to his hands, suppose that way, or so that he shoots out this. I guess it's a decent fare, and I'm happy to include that. Whether I use it or not, that's a different story, but there you go. So I think overall, I pretty much, here's what my take on this. If you don't have the Silver Surfer, you all know as well as I do that those old figures will go for a bomb, a pretty penny these days. So what you want to do is buy something like that, and if you're talented enough, you probably will do your own modification work in terms of getting the right paint job and giving it that sort of silvery look that you want to go for. But if you're like me, you're not that picky, I could pretty much pose him with this pose and work it out. So let's just see whether the surfboard actually he can get to hold it here, so that sort of that look is what I want to go for, like him holding to the side. You'll see my poses in the next section of the video. So let's face it, this works for me at least. So I don't know about you guys. I don't think I want to influence you guys in terms of buying it. If you already have the Silver Surfer, the previous one, I guess you probably won't need this, so that's good for you. If you're like me, one of those who don't have the original version of, or the previous version, not to say original, the previous version, and you would want to have a Silver Surfer in your collection, this works. So with that, guys, let's finish off the video. It's a quick one. Like I said, I think the figure itself speaks for itself. I'm okay with buying it. I think it's decent. So let's finish off with that. In that sense, I see you guys next time around when I get another figure to review. So adios, guys.
Here we go, making really on, getting icy zone, flexing, I've been sorbing, make it trendy, we look sexy. Here we go, making really on, getting icy zone, flexing, I've been sorbing, make it trendy, we look sexy. It's so icy, 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 엄마네 combination, 새로운 가간지 머리 swag, 남들이 잘 때도 쓸어담지, breaking good, life is good, 한동안 잊었어 이 느낌을, for better life, for better love, 이제는 나도 두 배 벌어. I don't give a fuck, who should give a fuck, 요즘 애들이 병신놀이 하는 거, no one give a fuck, take care of a house, 쓸어담아다 나이 먹었어, 후회하지 않아 나요. Let's be straight, enemies, match potato, 니 cardio, terminate, 좁아 아마 좋은 새끼들 눈에 주제. Here we